kids. Good to see you again. It's Matthew the Apostle with you today. Have you ever been afraid of a storm or felt the power of waves in the ocean, in a lake, or a pool? Your preacher, Mr. Tim, was telling me one day how when he was little, they had a small pool at his house, and his older brother and sister started running in a circle around in the pool, causing a whirlpool that sucked him off the pool ladder and into the water. He was never in any real danger, but it made him afraid of the water for a short time. One time, me and the other apostles were with Jesus in a boat when a fierce storm came up, and we all were very afraid. Let me tell you about it. Jesus had just got done with a very long day of teaching on the western coast of the Sea of Galilee. We all got into a boat and started heading to the other side of the lake. It was going to be about an 8-mile journey to the other side. It was evening when we set sail, and not long after we had left the shore, Jesus was so tired that he fell asleep in the stern of the boat. That's the back of the boat. Not long after that, a furious storm came up on the lake. The wind was blowing, the rain was falling, the waves were crashing over the boat. Our calm, casual ride across the lake was all of a sudden a real scary situation, and we were afraid for our lives. You see, the boat wasn't very big, and the waves were so big and tall that they were rocking the boat violently and crashing over the top of the sides, and the boat was starting to fill up with water. We fought the waves and the wind as best we could, and we were bailing the water out of the boat as fast as we could. That means that we were throwing the water out of the boat. But it all seemed to no avail. And then we noticed that while all this was going on, Jesus was still sleeping right through it. We cried out to him, "Lord, save us! We're going to drown!" Jesus woke up, and when he saw what was going on, he said, "You of little faith, why are you so afraid?" Then he got up and rebuked the wind and the waves, and he said, "Quiet, be still." And the wind stopped, and the lake became still, and everything was completely calm. When we saw that, we again were afraid. We weren't afraid of the storm anymore, but we were in amazement at the power of Jesus. We said, "What kind of man is this? Even the winds and the waves obey him." It was unreal. Things went from a furious storm and the boat rocking back and forth and looking like we were going to die to absolute calm and quiet the moment Jesus spoke. We had seen Jesus change water into wine, cast demons out of people. We had seen him give new teachings with authority, heal the sick without even being in the same town, resurrect a boy from the dead. We saw him heal a paralyzed man, declare his sins forgiven, and heard him teach about the kingdom of heaven like nobody else had ever done. But we had not seen him stop something so powerful as a storm. Some people want to attribute the weather and control of the weather to a figment of man's imagination called Mother Nature. But it is Jesus who controls the winds and the waves and holds his universe together. On that day, Jesus asked us why we were so afraid and where was our faith. These questions puzzled me for some time, but then I realized when we are with Jesus, we don't need to be afraid. Jesus wasn't going to let us drown. We had work to do for his kingdom. He never promised it was going to be easy. There would be storms that we would face, but we could overcome by keeping faith that Jesus will help us. For a moment, we thought that Jesus didn't care. But Jesus always cares about what's going on in our lives, even when we don't see it. So kids, I want you to remember, when you're afraid, pray to Jesus and he will help you. And I also want you to remember this memory verse. It's Matthew chapter 8, verse 26. And I got some motions for you. It said, he replied, "You of little faith," remember this is for believing, same as faith. He replied, "You of little faith, why are you so afraid?" Then he got up, he rebuked the winds and the waves, and it was completely calm. Okay, so let's do that one more time. Matthew 8:26. He replied, "You of little faith, why are you so afraid?" Then he got up, he rebuked the wind and the waves, and it was completely calm. So I hope you guys have a great Sunday, and remember that Jesus is always looking out for us, and put your faith and trust in Him. Till next time, see you later.